Hello, everybody. Welcome to our Wednesday where we share words of wisdom. Today, we're going to be talking about when people don't embrace you, you embrace them. Let me say that one more time. When people don't embrace you, you embrace them. Not oftentimes do people like you. You already know you got some haters out there. You have some people that just don't really give a care about you, don't really feel you. Uh, and it may not be that it's something that is so negative. Sometimes it's because you're so positive, because you're so likable. You have a good personality, a pleasing personality. You light up the room. The atmosphere is calm and peaceful when you come around. Some people just don't like that. They don't want to embrace that about you. They don't want to even embrace you as an individual. But you have to learn how to embrace them, because I'm a firm believer in this. You know, if I'm not well received, and then I have people in my sphere of influence or in my environment, I try to learn who they are. I try to embrace who they are as an individual. Sometimes people come from various backgrounds. They come out of different crises and have different emotional things going on with them. They may have had a history of abuse or trauma, a number of things that sometimes we don't understand, because we oftentimes are looking from the outside in. So we can't really identify with a person until you get to really know them. And when you allow them to open themselves up to you and share with you who they are, you can embrace them where they are. Everybody's not going to be likable. You're not going to fall in love with everybody that you see. You're not just going to have that grand old conversation with everybody. Hey, everything's kosher, everything's good, everything's pleasant. But you got to find some kind of common ground. You got to find some commonality. You got to be able to be open to people and learning people. You may not be able to stand them. You may not be able to agree with them on some things. You may not be able to have good conversation like you would your best friend or somebody that's in your family that you cool and you can kick it with and you can just be very open and expressive with. But learning about different people and learning who they are and what their upbringing was, and just kind of being an all-around person, just being a people person. It takes a lot on your part to dumb it down some things. Sometimes you just have to kind of disregard your feelings. Not all the time am I well received. I come in a room, sometimes I'm all lively. People be acting, looking at me like something wrong with me. And then some, what's up? How you doing? And so they feel me, they get me. But the ones that's not embracing of me, I don't disregard them. I don't say, well, she didn't speak back to me, or she wasn't lively like I was lively, so she didn't receive me. So I'm just gonna reject her too. I'm just gonna reject him too. He just didn't. No, no, we're not supposed to conduct ourselves in that way. If we're the light of the world, if we're showing Christ, if Christ is in us, then we should be able to express ourselves. We should be able to get along with everybody. We should be, embracing of everyone where they are. Everybody's not going to be where you are. Everybody's not going to have your same personality. And just because you got a nice, pleasant personality and a lot of people like you, there will be some people that don't understand you. They won't be able to relate to you, and they're not trying to. You see what I'm saying? And they may be shutting themselves off because they may have some areas in their life where they're struggling in maybe being humorous, or being free, or being nice, or being pleasant, or just being an all around person. They may have issues in that area. But don't discredit them. Don't discount that against them. Don't hold them to that, because people have to learn sometimes how to be sociable. Some people have to learn how to get along with folk. Don't just think that people, just because they're grown, know how to do these things. There are grown people right now, older than me, grown folk that don't know how to be sociable to people, don't know how to communicate to people. Now that's my area, communication. I love it. I love communicating. I love learning about people and their different backgrounds and where they come from and what they used to do. I involve myself in people's conversations a lot of times because that's part of my job. That's what I do. you know. And so, it doesn't bother me when somebody says something like, I don't like you. You know what I'm saying? Or they just don't speak to me when I speak to them. I'm saying like, okay, well, God bless you. Hey, I still love you. I'm still gonna treat you the right way. And then the next day, I'm gonna still speak to you. You see what I'm saying? So it's like I don't have no drawback because you never know what you're doing for that person. Don't look at it as, they rejecting me. Because a lot of times when people don't embrace you and embrace who you are as an individual, sometimes we look at it as rejection. And then, a lot of times it can be rejection, but don't take it as rejection. Take it as they don't understand where you are. They may not understand your happiness. They may not understand your peace, your joy, the love you have in your heart. They may not understand that. But don't disregard them. Just know that everybody's not at your level. Everybody's not there with you. But that doesn't mean that you cannot bring them up to where you are. Or that doesn't mean that you can't open yourself up to at least learn who they are and then embrace them. That's just like somebody that gives you a handshake. Everybody that gives you a handshake, they don't give a firm handshake. I have shaken hands with people, black and white, doesn't matter, that have had loose handshakes with me. And I would give them a firm handshake and theirs would be a little loose. And I'm like, okay, something's up with that. Why are they drawing back? But I don't take that as offensive or anything, and I don't hold it against them. I look at it as, well, maybe could it have been the way that they were raised? Maybe could it have been that they don't understand me? You know what I'm saying? And sometimes we may want to project our feelings and project ourselves onto people, and they may not understand that language. They don't understand your communication because they have barriers. They have restrictions. They have walls up. They have bridges up where you got to go cross the bridge with them, and assist them and help to bring them over to where you are. You see what I'm saying? That takes work. That takes skill. That takes learning, and it's a process. Everyone doesn't have it. Everyone hasn't mastered that. Being communicative, being relatable, learning how to uh, give and exchange. You know what I'm saying? Give and exchange in relating to people and in communicating with people. Because just because we may not be on the same level doesn't mean that we can't come together. We can't be unified. We can't be under some form of agreement, whether we just agree on simple terms or we agree on some greater magnitude. But like I said, when people don't embrace you, don't get offended, don't take it to heart, just embrace them. Show them who you are. Show them that you can be receptive. You can receive who they are and not be offended and not have a drawback spirit. And then at some point, maybe you all can come together. You never know. But like I said, when people don't embrace you, you embrace them. You be the bigger person. You be the one, the change agent, because you very well may be the change agent for them. All right, you all. God bless you. See you next time for another Wild Wednesday. Bye-bye.